Monday marks June the 1st, and on that date, homeowners insurance companies will be allowed to raise their rates on average by 7.5%. To explain what is happening and why, we've got the North Carolina Insurance Commissioner here with us, Mike Causey. So he's joining us to kind of give us the history and also give us what we can look forward to in the meantime. All right, so this is part of a long-standing agreement, this raise.
Yes, it is. We actually went to court and reached a settlement, and that's what we're in right now.
All right, and so kind of explain, we're actually only getting half of the price hike that you guys settled on.
Right. Well, several years ago, the insurance industry, through the North Carolina Rate Bureau, did a rate filing with the North Carolina Department of Insurance, and they were looking for 42% statewide average, with some of our coastal counties facing a 99.4% potential increase. And as commissioner, I held a public hearing. I received over 24,000 comments. Almost all of them said, no, please don't raise our rates. And after that hearing, I have to follow a process, but I can only say yes or no. And I said no. I've always said no to every rate hike request. And when you say no, you have to schedule a court date. And so we actually went to court. We were in the hearing for over 20 days. And at that point, the insurance companies decided that they would like to talk about negotiating a settlement. So out of that 42% statewide average, we came out with a 7.5% for year one and 7.5% for year two. That's 15%. That's a state average. Some of our counties and some of our mountain counties are looking at a zero, but the maximum for any county is 35% over those 2 years. So there's some coastal counties that would see 15 or 16% average and others less.
All right. And so we know that the companies can increase rates by that 7.5%. The next question people at home are asking is, okay, when's the next time they're going to ask again for another increase?
Well, under this settlement agreement, we said they could not come back and ask for another increase until after June 1st, 2027. So that would be the earliest they could request it. And it's a long process. So if they did request one in the fall of 27, say, it would be at least sometime in 2028 before any change could happen.
All right. As homeowners are going to be getting their bills and things of that nature, what do you want them to keep in mind about what's important about their homeowners insurance?
Well, everybody's really suffering right now from inflation, the high fuel prices, the high grocery prices, taxes keep going up, insurance premiums keep going up, and there are some statutes that the state passed years ago to allow companies a little more flexibility above these state mandated rates. So that's called a consent to rate. But if people have questions, they can contact me or contact our staff at the Department of Insurance at ncdoi.gov. We have a toll-free number, which is 855-408-1212. We have people on the phones Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we're here to help.
Yeah, because I think people always have questions about whether they think their insurance company is giving them a fair shake.
Well, that's true. And what I encourage policyholders to do is to shop around. It does pay to shop around because it's very competitive. Now, homeowners rates have gone up substantially all across the United States. We do very well in North Carolina compared to our other southeastern states, but it's still upward pressure. And a lot of that upward pressure comes from the amount of claims, and especially some of these roofing claims. There's a lot of fraud in insurance. For every dollar we pay in premium, over 20 cents is going just to cover the fraud. So if you suspect fraud, report that to the Department of Insurance so our criminal investigators can look into it. And shopping around will do a lot to protect your pocketbook.
For sure. All right. And you can do that with an independent insurance agent so they can give you the who, what's, where's, and why's for a whole bunch of different companies. Thank you, Commissioner Causey. We so appreciate your time and expertise. We're going to put this in the 2 wants to know section of our website so that you can watch it again or send it to someone who's got an interest in insurance rates.